Mm-mm. Hello, everyone. Good day, good day, good day. You are on with Relationship Chronicles with Okiymo, the counselor. And today we have Amari. So I need everybody to tap in, share, tap in, tap in, tap in. Again, I want to welcome Amari. I appreciate you being with me today.
Appreciate you.
And I'm gonna let you introduce yourself in your own way.
All right, all right. Well, thank you for having me on your show today. And again, my name is Amari Asad. I'm a motivational speaker as well as a mentor life coach. I am a bachelor's degree in business management, a bachelor's degree in social work, and a minor in education. Currently working in a degree on administration of certification to become a school principal. Uh, Now I just opened up a new space to have different type of events or workshops of that nature, working with kids and adults outside of that. And then also just doing community active work around the world and just spreading love and peace.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I want to say keep up the good work. I seen you in action with the children. You do such a wonderful job. You wear many hats, I must say. So today our topic is again on being single, married, divorced, widowed, and reinventing yourself. And we have talked in the last couple of days, right? And
Indeed.
so I love the way you brought it to me about marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to share and expound on that with us today because a lot of people, and I'm gonna just say this, you have people that want to be married, you have people that's married, they trying to get it right and they trying to figure it out, and then we have those that's been married like 13, 20, 40 plus years. Some of them are getting along to be getting along, and some of them are really doing an awesome job. So, with that being said, I just want to hear, share with us your perspective
Okay.
on this thing we call marriage.
So one of the things I like to tell people, and I'll discuss this with you as well, is know the history of certain things, and why do we do those things? Why do we so hard on? And it's come from my mom and dad and grandmas and whatnot, and we have to realize we had to question, but told not to question God. You was not to question this, question her authority or his authority. These things, what I say is law, right?
Mhm,
And but it's still in the back of your mind and say, okay, what makes this right?
mhm,
What's the black and white? Like I did a video on intimacy. Who said that, this is the correct way to be intimate? What is this word? Same way for marriage. Marriage been around for umpteen years, right? But
mhm,
question marriage and why was it the history of it
mhm,
outlawed? Because the simple fact that it was men was treating women like slaves.
mm,
On top of the treating women like slaves, they felt like they was their property.
mm,
So when we say submit and submission, those are slave term words. This is how they categorized us to say you're supposed to submit to your master.
mm,
So when they took that back, they said, well, hold on, y'all doing too much. They outlawed marriage. So
mm,
brought it back for anybody that was to got married, you had to have a license to do it to be able to be permitted to be agreed upon. You see what I'm saying? So
mhm,
it's illegal.
mhm,
So we have to understand what's the purpose of marriage and ask that. So going back in our tradition of African spirituality, it was not even deemed as the way it was in how European or culture would pray per se. And with that, we had a different ideology of it. It wasn't that I was your owner, I was not your master, or as the definition says about submit and submission is basically a superior. That was never the case. It was a bond with two love people that love each other. It was a bond, was like it was more like you started another relationship as family. We have a togetherness, and sometimes we miss that. And then also with the marriage in African spirituality is that you cannot get married unless the mother or the father of you both family can afford the wedding.
Mm.
So a lot of us want to go traditional. We're not even doing it the correct traditional African spirituality way to deem the marriage. That's why a lot of our marriage is broken from what? Far as finance. You're fronting the bill off something that your parents of both of y'all are supposed to be paying for the correct way. But we have adopted this European standards, and now we have accepted it and saying, okay, it is what it is. Same way for who supposed to propose to who. It wasn't no proposing in African spirituality. Your mother and father picked your mate for you. It
Mm.
wasn't no, oh well, I want to give her this ring, whatever. No, no, Hakeem, sit back here. We gotta see if she's right for you, and vice versa. We gotta see if he's right for you.
Mm-hmm.
Your mate for you. And so, yeah, you might have been like think about the movie for Lion King, how I think the Simba and the girl he was grew up with, if they wouldn't, even though they grew up together, their parents had to both must see them as a perfect fit and a perfect match. This is where your elders come into place with your name. When we do baby showers, that was not what we did. We did name ceremonies. So
Mm-hmm.
elders would come together and give the baby or the newborn a name. So
Mm-hmm.
wasn't you in the hospital saying, or at the house saying, "Oh yeah, I need to pick the name." No, the elders did that. They
Wow.
saw into the future. They saw into the universe to say what was supposed to be involved, and things of that nature. Same way for us, we have to understand that names are powerful.
They are.
So when you give that name an utterance, it speaks volume. Amari stands
Mm-hmm.
for strength. My middle name is Tahuti, God of knowledge, Asad, lion, all from the Yoruba tribe.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand when you speak my name, it's a strength, knowledge, lion. So
Ooh.
of how I carry myself speaks in that entity. On top of me being a Leo, I was born on August 14th, was a powerful day.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to understand the stars is not a line we want to say that they just looked good to be pretty with. They are meant something. So it
Mm-hmm.
goes over our head because we are not trying to tap in a spiritual or metaphysical way because we not heard of. Regardless if it's in your Quran or your Bible, whatnot, it's still here. We have to acknowledge it and understand it, the concept of this.
Mm-hmm.
When we got to understand why we relate to these, why do we correspond certain things. That is a way of telling you, as we say, the message. Give me God, give me a sign. These are so
Mm-hmm.
when we look at relationship with animals, the lioness pick their mate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how big your phallus, how big your roar is. I don't care how big your mane is. The lioness picks her mate. I don't care if she in heat or not. No partner. I want him over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we keep want to say we not the animal kingdom. We not this. We not that. They've been here long before us. We gave homage to the animals because same way we gave homage to the earth and the plants and things of that nature. They talk to us same way. What was his name? George Washington Carver. He said, "Hey." He said, the plants talk to me. He said, what do you mean? He said, well, I physically talk, but they show me how it grows, how it
Mm-hmm.
matters. And this is how Henry Ford became about the assembly line. Ford don't get props for making cars. They get props for making assembly of multiple cars. So this is how he came up to play, but he watched plants grow a certain way to make more of them. So what happens is that he became a production company. We
Mm-hmm.
have to understand things speak to us in vibration. So when we talk about marriage, understand the vibration and what it carries to us. How do it speaks like? It looks ideal because the thing about it, marriage is all about money. On top of it, in the day they saw it, they said, okay, we're gonna bring it back, but we don't want no hanky panky. We're gonna try to keep it on the sideline. And so with the marriage, what happened was they still gave them some rights because what happens is you right now you get pregnant and you want to turn X my baby, you have to get my consent
Mm-hmm.
because I'm tagged to say they gave you a better term for husband, but technically it's I'm your master. Because without my consent, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
I have the last say so.
Mm-hmm.
When you go do something with the bank account, what happened? It's Mr. Asad know about this? Well, let me give him a call.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You trying to do what? Well, let me go give him a call. But I may make you the CEO and everything. Without his consent, you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They felt like you was robbing the power, so they softened the blow, but gave you a different way of doing it. And I'm here to discourage people in marriage. I need you to understand why you get married. And African spirituality, we had to understand you have to do homework, write out lists, write out paragraphs. We ain't talking about just one. We talking about in detail. Why should you marry this person? Why you want to marry this person?
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was picked by your mother and father. So now that you get to entangle, with each other, okay, now you see the fit. Okay, why do you think so? You have to express that. You have to think, come with the information of understanding what is it that this person does for you to understand and like, okay, wow. This is I can, and sometimes we say, well, we count with these four little vowels at the altar. It's more into that. I need you to tell me why you want Amari. I need to tell you why I want you.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you know that mate will be. This is practice of emotions of expression. Because sometimes in a relationship right now, he don't express himself. Oh, you got that expression when I wrote them 10-page letters. If I want this to go down, I'm like, look here, I love you 500 times. Whatever I gotta write, I'm gonna write it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We can't. We have to understand. We have to know the history, understand where it come from, how it come out. And I'm not saying that it's marriage. We gotta understand marriage ain't for everybody.
It's not.
It's the Bible. And marriage ain't for everybody. But you gotta be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
No, when you say, well, I'm not about to be nobody's girlfriend for 10 years. Sad to say, you might just be your calling. Real is real, but you forcing relationships. Like I said in one video about chemistry and crush. We try to marry between the two.
And with
keep it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse my friends. If he one night, he's a one night.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it moving. Stop
keep it moving.
Night into chemistry. It does not mix.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful.
And no good sex.
Mm-hmm.
So now what you supposed to do now? Now you say, well, I thought this. No, that's what happens. He's a boy next door cuteness. She the girl next door cute. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But we try to force something that's not meant to happen. That's why we go against the energy, vibrations, and frequency. And that's the reason why we bump in our heads, because the energy doesn't match. You ever got up afterwards and be like, I could have stayed at home. It could have been good, but the chemistry wasn't there. Brother well endowed, baby girl got it going on, all that. You just like, felt it, but I just want to see. That's what happened when you trying to be nosy. I love it. I mean, it happened all the time.
Mm-hmm.
As my homegirl said, I should have got the polish and kept it moving, but we wanted more. We wanted more. We wanted our toes did too. Instead of just got what he offered the first time, take it what it is. And I feel like we can become better once we start looking at signs. Women, I sad to say, please forgive me, but y'all have dropped the ball when it came to logical thinking. Y'all was my go-to. My mother, my grandmother was my go-to to get information from, confirmation. As y'all would call it, my gut, my intuition, that connected to the logic thinking, running over negative emotions.
Oh,
so we cloud our judgment, which we think is our intention or intuition, but it's not. You are right now. You confused. Me a proper understanding, because right now you in your feelings. So if I brought you my old lady to you and say, hey, here's Keisha. Instead of you being a real friend to me, she might be good for me. But since we ain't connect like we supposed to, you in your bag about it.
Talk to us.
Instead of saying, you know what, let me put my feelings aside.
Mm-hmm.
First, you brought a brother to me, even though we supposed to have been, kicking or whatever. We didn't make it at work, but we are friends. And you bring me Leroy. Leroy, all he just wants is your case. I'll be blocking.
Mm-hmm.
I can really truly and tell you that a man really loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Same vice versa. My whole time I ask women, what is the problem that a woman that want to be a part of my circle or want to be my team or whatever the case might be? I said, if you see she got the best interest at heart, why is it a problem? You don't think nobody can love me just the way as you can?
Mm-hmm.
It mess women up. And so go back to what you said about, you want it for self. I'm possessive. You know what I'm saying? So again, what's the difference between a guy that's want to control and a woman being possessive? It could be married too. So even though he might not want her as a wife, but he still want her as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we don't want to share our time. But at the end of the day, our time is divided in 24 hours. You have to understand how to utilize that. Your expression is going to imprint on somebody in every walks of life. And
Mm-hmm.
don't saying God use you, but what happened? We trying to pick how we want to be used. Motherfucker, you said you want to be used.
Okay.
There is no. My whole thing is you can be used, but not used and abused. It's a difference.
Yes, a huge difference.
We understand that concept, but we cannot tell someone, "Oh, well, no, I don't want to be used." Well, no. He went around the corner and passed go and collect $200 and gave you some fun at the same time. But he
Mm-hmm.
want to use me for sex. Amari, I said, well, you said you want to be used, correctly?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
cipher on what you want to be used on.
Mm-hmm.
You use him for his service as well, but we don't want to take the responsibility. It's like it was good, and I need him as well as he need me.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not used as, hey, we helping each other out. We scratch each other back.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I
That's
agree.
what we have to say. We have to have a real conversation. Just say this is not what I would like. But no, you want all the candy and all the cake and ice cream, but you don't want him. You want him to play house with the cake and ice
Mm-hmm.
cream. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work all the time like that. If this is who you want to be, well, this is who you want to kick with, you invest into this. You put time into this. But the problem is we don't want to work the field.
Mm-hmm.
We want this cookie cutter type man or cookie cutter type woman, but they're not going to come ready like a hot and ready. They're not.
No.
Go back to I said in one of my videos, I said about the list. I don't know what your list is. So when I say about women pursuing a man, I don't think it's wrong for her to pursue a man.
Mm-hmm.
Because you saw what you saw on your list. Like, hold on, wait a minute. He's 6'6", okay. He tall, dark, okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think he's the one.
But then they're afraid to go say something.
I'm closed mouth don't get fed.
Okay.
But we saying, well, man, supposed to if I do all the pursuing, what he supposed to do? Well, hold on now. I didn't say do all that. You need to make the initiative and say, hey, I like you. I want you. Whatever. Let's go on a date. Whatever. It just, hey, I got 2 tickets. Whatever. However, go from there. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be assertive. But in the end result, there are guys that are not assertive. We have to understand what we think because he got muscles or he got a big chest or, he well endowed and things of that nature. He's supposed to be just this aggressive guy. No, he's not. This small guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to leave him because he's not assertive? That's your job to balance him.
Wait a minute. You said job. You know how some people just don't want to work.
That's your job. I mean, so you're going to let him go because he's not? That's the whole point of building. And those are the brownie points of saying, hey, I done brought Kiki from here to here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like when I tell somebody, hey, I'm not used to XYZ. Your eyes gonna get big and say, oh snap, I got the show out. Well, I ain't never had that. Oh well, I'm about to lay it out. I'm about to put the rose petals, light candles, cook dinner, and all this stuff. Whatever, boom. You ain't gonna say, I think about it. No, you gonna show out. I'm a person that get off on turning somebody out. I'm sorry. I want to show you something new.
Right.
So now I can put my stamp on this. My whole thing when it in, don't act like you came up with this. Give my credit.
Okay.
Give my credit. Give my credit. Hey, I learned the banana split with Amari. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is what it is. So that's the point of it. I feel like so many women are scared, and we have to say it's trust issues.
Mm.
And that's what go back with your first thing is single. That's the time to deal with those.
You said because it went out for a minute. You said trust issues.
Yeah, we deal with trust issues, and this is the reason why we scared to invest into men, because we feel like it's not going to pan out. One, you already told 500 billion sales that you're not going to mount or get anything.
Mm-hmm.
That law of attraction is real. You are matching whatever. At the end of the day, you're matching frequency. Well, guys, what you describe to, what you believe in, what God that you honor and praise to, you didn't told 5 billion million sales that you're not going to have, or he's not going to do, or X, Y, and Z. That's trust issues, right? And so we have these underlying trust issues that we didn't deal with in our single time of just being with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is, how will somebody supposed to actually dive into you, give you everything, show you the world, when you have not let those keys go to be open to these things?
Oh, that's good.
Love is unconditional, but how can someone love you? You're not willing to love yourself. So many dudes don't walk away, but we don't deem it as that he well, he wasn't meant for me. Now we get on Facebook and Twitter and all these stuff, say all these poetic things and tell them all, well, I was the giraffe, he just couldn't climb my tall neck. Whatever, be like, what? You know what I'm saying? But it's out to say you couldn't deal with it and it was too much for you to handle. So what happens is we find somebody that's mediocre that don't require much attention. You leave the mountain, you leave the rock, because this is what happens over here in Amari house. We work on self. I'm not a person to sweep anything under the rug. I'm gonna talk about it. If you stink today, I'm gonna tell you, baby girl, you stink. You musty. Baby girl, you smell a little fishy today. Let me help you out. We gonna talk about it. Tell us in the closet. We gonna talk about it. That makes you uncomfortable, whether than you in the right house.
Okay.
You burning all this sage, but we ain't doing no healing.
Oh boy.
So what happens is, that's why we deal with the facades. That's why so when women cheat, because the person they dealt with knows the real them. The person outside they cheat don't know them. So they can keep up this mask up, because why? They don't know the real them. So it's so easy for them to play this mystery woman and play this mystery man, but in actuality they can't do that at home. We run from who we should be. And this person that's making us do that will happen. We stay comfortable. Now we went from single to marriage, and we didn't really deal with the iron of the wrinkles. We just put on the shirt. Oh, the wrinkles don't come out once we get together. That's what we told in the relationships. Oh, all you gotta do is put it in the dryer. It dry out. It take out the wrinkles out. It's still wrinkles there. It's just not noticeable.
Right.
I don't care how many put the dryer sheet you put in. You have to put it in the work. Take out the iron board. Take out the iron. But the question is that the iron and the iron board is what? Work. So we don't want to do that. Half of us don't know how to iron, so that's why we don't iron. Don't know to have an iron.
Yeah.
So it leads back to what? You don't have the tools to work on self. And those tools is maybe getting a mentor, getting a life coach, talking to your pastor, things of this nature. So those are the tools to working on self. But we don't want to do that. We just like to take the feel good, cup on Sunday and think that's going to levitate. We don't do Bible study. We don't actually sit down and really work with self and write down why is the ifs and the whats and the buts and whatnot to really dive in to say, so, okay, you know what? But it's a reflection of the mirror that we are scared of. Him or her to just take it as I am. You motherfucker, you broke.
Hello.
You got all these holes and scratches and scars, and I take your clothes off. You're like, what is this? You're like, what? You don't like it? No, I don't. You didn't got it. You leaking. You ain't got no bandage. So when guys see you through the body and all the hips and the butt, you like, baby girl, I'm over here. What you doing? It's only so much pulling that you can do for somebody. But
Mm-hmm.
the women say, well, I'm tired of putting in work. I'm tired of work. No, the work that was happening is you avoid on self. So what happens is it's no different what in the Mars, men are from Mars and women are Venus. What men do, if they can't find a solution, they try to do something to avoid their attention. So to forget it. Women doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They were to avoid the attention. So what happens is to put it on him when in actuality you got insecurities. You
Okay.
have trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
You used to cheat back in the day because you didn't want to deal with it, and vice versa. Men do the same thing. They don't have trust issues. They will have insecurity. That's why he called you every 5 minutes. Because why? He did the same thing. Then when the relationship was done with, I tried out and can, Amari. No, you did. You tried not to get caught, is what you did.
That's what you tried.
So this battle of the relationship, we have to take time to build, and the relationship starts with you.
Hello.
We gotta stop running from ourselves. We gotta stop dealing with it. As a man myself, I'm with you in the fight. You know, it's no days. Like, even though somebody always asks me, "Who poured into you? Who poured?" And believe it or not, even my daughter, she come with the realest stuff at me, and I be like, "You know what? You're right." She tell me, "Daddy, it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy, we gonna get through this." You know,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you know, hey, what you tell me, good days, no bad days. So that's why it's important to pour into your little ones, because that pouring of a cup pours back into your cup when you need it.
Amen. Amen.
Little puppets and cute little babies that you be putting, give them a little tablet and let them run off. If you pour into that, it's no different in your relationship. We have to pour into it.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that we don't got nothing to pour from
Mm.
and drive.
Mm-hmm.
You never sat down to really rebuild yourself, revamp yourself to get something to pour into.
Mm-hmm.
We hide behind the degrees. We hide behind our job. We hide behind what sorority and fraternity that we are a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't deal with self.
Mm-hmm.
We look good for the gram and look good for book, but we don't look good for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Then you run around, somebody asks you, why you don't got no man? Let's be realistic. My grandma tell you, I'm crazy as shit. She had one marriage. That was it. They like, she had a lot of boyfriends. Or a friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She tried it, didn't like it. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I took the last name and went about my business.
Mm-hmm.
So in actuality, is she wrong for not going to try to go back out there and get married? No.
No, she's not.
Some people won't even attempt to try it. And that's why my whole point, I'd rather you sit on the sideline trying to mess up somebody's life because you're doing what something they want to do.
Mm. Say that again. Say that again.
I'd rather you sit on the sideline and wait or not do, instead of trying to do marriage for somebody else and mess up their life.
That's powerful. Mm-mm-mm.
And a lot of women are forcing dudes to do that. If you really want me, you'll marry me. He all like, well, I'm good at just being a man, being a boyfriend.
Okay.
And you might say it's the same thing. Yeah, you're gonna act crazy after I get this ring and after like the guy say, we get in marriage, think we gonna get more sex. And got in marriage and there's no sex. Now what happened?
Yes, that's Davy. That's my boy. Talk all the time. He be like, "Where's the benefit, Okiymo?"
He like, what we doing? And sad to say, everybody, like one girl was telling me, she was like, the problem is guys keep thinking what they ding dong. If they stop using that, I'm like, baby girl, I told you watched my intimacy video. I said, hey, this is a part of me in intimacy. If y'all want to use that word,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. If a woman needs to, tell them how to come into them mentally. After I do that, I still want some cutty. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Down like like you stole something and go on my day. It is what it is, and the vice versa. It's women to do the same thing. So why we justify? Because we think about women think about sex more than men do every day.
I believe it.
No,
Mm.
sometimes surprise my client. Thought about sex today? Man, you know, I was at work, man. And I just write down. I said, yep.
That's just part of who we are, unless we denying ourselves that thought, you know.
And my whole thing, it's okay that you do, but you're wrong. You're gonna crucify him for thinking about it or wanting it. I'm just you just don't y'all if y'all have if she say they say if it got a hole to it, y'all plug anything. I mean, sad to say that's what he knows. And that lying, that's all he knows. Y'all gotta realize the history. Man was crucified for dating one woman.
Wow.
Remember this. This is what remember you was teased about. Dog, you excuse my friend, you don't supposed to love these hoes. That's what you was told. You was laughed at, man. You a sucker for having one girl. You don't supposed to. Nope. And as a matter of fact, you a sucker for being a girlfriend. We forgot about that.
Wow.
Y'all was told this. Oh, some sweet high school sweetheart. You gonna have this. You gonna do that. Y'all got told that stuff. We didn't get told that.
Ain't that something? The things how.
Let's be realistic. And
wow.
Same way for in the sex world. Women wasn't doing all these things. Y'all only start doing. Black women start doing this because why? Because of the Beckies. Let's be realistic. You wasn't giving BJs because you like giving BJs. That was a no-no. You wasn't doing it unless you was married. You wasn't backing it up because why? You thought he was gonna do anal. You wasn't doing this because of this. Only time what woman was doing having sex was missionary. You wasn't doing all these extra tricks that we do now because your competition was taking the black man. So you had to step your game up. That's what the whole night is coming up. So when you talking about sex, that's what it was. Then we was crucified of, no, that's why you're supposed to, that's the whole, get her, bang her out, whatever, keep her moving. That's what the MO was. It wasn't no dudes praising about having no girlfriends or whatever and all that type of stuff, whatever. That's why the dudes kept you as a secret.
Wow.
This is the history. And then I don't know, they don't know or they forgot. They just that rule is still today. It's a play. Dudes right now getting married because now you look at Offset and all the little celebrities, whatever they doing, and Gucci Man. I applaud them. But is they getting married because they trying to showboat or they get married because they really love?
Good question.
So we have to keep it 100 and say, and that's why I feel the men and women need to have the conversation and be in a group to understand that men been crucified long before this. And we just, I don't know if forgot about it, they didn't talk about it, whatever. We was crucified by having girls friends. You doing this, whatever, you walking girls home, whatever. Oh, you don't do that, you don't go do that.
Wow, those conversations. And see, that's what, being a woman, you hear some things and it's been a while. But now to hear that they are being told these things, it really is very insightful.
And then look at the music. They took the music and ran with it. I mean, I love Uncle Luke, but this what they took into him. The other groups, whatever, boom. So they preyed on this. So now when 2000 came, that's all it was. Our music was belittling women, degrading and things of that nature. And then now so many women was fighting against it. Now what you hear? I am a bad bitch now. I'm a this, I'm that, I'm a L. You know what I'm saying? So we accepted it, because they said, well, if we can't change their mindset, we're going to join with them and be like, I'm a ratchet. And so many things we jump to get the man attention. Y'all do y'all hair, y'all do your nails, whatever. Boom. Is y'all doing it for us? We're doing it for yourself. That's the question I have to ask.
Hopefully they're doing it for themselves. Because
they always tell me, no, they doing it for y'all to please y'all. I said, well, I don't care for that stuff. Ask us before y'all do it.
Look, I had somebody. It was a seasoned woman to say, I said to my daughter, she need to get herself together. She need to dress in this. And she need to do A, B, and C. And I said, and then she said, because that's what men want. And I said, huh? I said, I don't agree with that. I said, anything you should be telling your daughter to do, it should be because that's what either she wants to do, she feels like doing it, it's who she is. Because people change. 1 minute it's okay, the next minute is not. So I can't, it's like a roller coaster ride. If you basing everything you do off a person, you go first, you ain't gonna never be happy. You'll never be happy. You'll never be complete. Especially if you looking to a man to fill your cup. That's a problem right there. If you're looking for validation from anybody, it's a problem for me. So what I will recommend and what I say to my young people, if you're gonna do you, do it for you.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have women to say, I've been told this. I know what the problem is with you. I said, oh, you know what the problem is. I said, okay, I want to hear it. You're just too strong. You just too strong. I said, I'm too strong. That's why. She said, because I've been divorced twice. Mm-hmm. So, they say, that's the problem. You're just too strong. You don't need a man. I said, I don't need a man. I never said I don't need a man. She said, you too strong. You just don't seem like you need a man. And you just got everything together. I said, well, my Lord. I said, first of all, one, I hate to explain myself, but I grew up poor.
It is what it is.
And my plan is not to be poor. I've never decided to be poor. So if this person, whoever he is, has a problem with what I'm doing, how I act, and who I am, he is definitely not the one. I am not about to dumb down myself. I gotta dumb down myself. Are you serious? This is from seasoned women. But that's so. So it goes back to, I said, so you mean to tell me I gotta dumb down? I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I work too hard to get where I'm at, and I'm not saying he has to accept me for who I am. And if I'm going to deal with him, I'm accepting him for who he is. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I'm so tired of people telling you just don't know how many times I hear it. I do. I hear it a lot. And I'll just be like, sometimes when I'm being honest, sometimes I sit back and be like, well, Lord, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's deep. That's really deep. So I say, and then I sit back and I say, well, maybe that's just an insecurity in those people. Mm-hmm. If they're insecure about me being a degree holder. I worked hard. I failed a lot of classes. I've been through a lot. So, but I'm happy about the person I have become and who I am. I'm just like, I said, well, if it take all that, I'm going to just be single. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody about to be dealing with that. So my goal is to help other people. I would never tell anybody to dumb down. Don't be yourself. You too strong, brother. You too strong, sister. I want a strong man. Who don't want a strong woman in their life? Especially when you have children. Right. Somebody needs to see something. I don't want to see what I saw when I was growing up. I said, I knew then. I said, I'm going to go to school. I'm not going to live this way. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can do to better myself. You know what I'm saying? My mom did her best. Mm-hmm. I appreciate her. I loved her, but that don't mean I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So each to their own, but I just don't feed me that. I'm tired of people feeding me that.
That's the reason, man, because we feel like, but it goes back to what I said about being a slave or being a master. They felt like you're less, so I have to teach you and be ownership over you or govern over you because you don't know what's best for you.
Mm.
So what happens is a slave is basically jugging and driving to do to please the master, and that's what we have accustomed to. That is the basically the blueprint of our lives when it comes to men. So there's no reason why that's why the way we act, the way we do, why we try to make sure quote unquote please them. Because remember, we used to sit on a chair. Oh, okay, fine girl, fine boy, what y'all gonna do for me today?
Mm.
Oh, master, let me see this for you. Let me do this for you. Oh, is master please?
Mm.
That same concept, regardless if we want to not acknowledge it's the real blueprint of it. And so that whole submit and submissive thing came about, and so that what it was to get them submit to the to religion, to submit to the teachings, all the ideology of what they want to do as masters. So we have to understand that same philosophy. So you know, reason why you don't got nobody, you ain't submitted, well, you ain't gave yourself. But why does this sound so familiar? Saying what they say when you become a church and a member, or you give your life over to God, whatever, what you supposed to submit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think they get the ideology from?
Mm.
That's the same ideology today when it comes to the man.
Mm-hmm.
If God is man, so and how this how they perceive it as what we doing to, because you know European or however that's what they thought they were. There's no. That's why King James slaughtered the other groups like the Greeks and the Romans and all that because they didn't bow down to Christianity. So it's no different than where you didn't bow down. I'm gonna cut you where you at.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the man do what he do to you, because why you didn't kiss me, you didn't stroke my ego, you didn't subscribe to what I want you to subscribe to. So
Mm.
that ideology of thinking of saying that, hey, you don't know no more, you don't know better than I do. So now we feel like, well, we're a slap in the face. We don't want to be single. I don't be lonely. So let me go ahead and try. No, you didn't work too hard to get here.
Okay.
That's why I understand y'all work for the car, the job, the house, the do business, everything that you want in life, degrees and all that, and you supposed to come back down and try to put me in your puzzle. How that sound?
That sounds so draining.
That you went and did all that, then you should have been waiting on me at the corner, waiting on get picked up. I could have gave you the car, and hopefully gave you a car and house and job and all, but that's not theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
in retrospect, so when it comes to go finding your mate, you telling me, no, Amari, I can't do that. He need to come find me. How he supposed to do that?
Mm-hmm.
You got all this going on. Some women don't even come out the house. We praying saying God send me a man, but you don't even on social media. And then
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to work your messenger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then you feel like, oh, it's just weird to do that. It's what they gotta. So we make all these excuses. And the day is, how do someone supposed to gain knowledge or gain perspective if you're not trying to be open to it? I get it, it's corrupted. I'm here to tell any woman to validate or get the perception that we are not know-it-all. We do not. We don't. Stop putting us in the head of the household and say we got to lead. No, we create leaders. You
Mm-hmm.
are a leader. And I forget sad to say, they didn't have to say that. Well, the man is no. Everything they had to do, they had to go get the permission from the woman. We are doing it backwards because when they saw this, when they invaded Africa, they didn't like some of the teachers. They know the history. They said, "Oh no, we don't like that." Same way for the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity. It was the man, the woman, and the child. What they gave you? They didn't give you no woman. They gave you man, the Son, and the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
How the Trinity supposed to be a Trinity without no woman? That bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
So then we goes in life and say, well, that's why the woman is not appreciated. It's not valued because they lower the value of the expectation of what woman is to them. And any woman that got a mouth or a mouthpiece, whatever stand for, oh, you too strong, or you too this, whatever. Oh, that what I hate now, the masculine. We all have masculine and feminine energy. We possess both. whatever you are first. Like I'm a Leo. I'm masculine first and feminine second. That's the creative side of you. The side is the interject, the motive to do, the willpower to do things. It does not got to do with I'm this or I'm too strong. No, it don't have nothing to do with that. The ideology of masculine and feminine energy is backwards. And then again, study the word where it comes from. Once you know the history, once you know the root of the origin, then you can be like, well, okay, got you. Because like right now, if I was to tell you stupid mean nice, you look at me like I'm crazy. Yes, it does. The root word mean if you ask somebody, you look nice today, back then it was considered stupid.
Knowledge power.
Same word for word blessed. It's mean bloody sacrifice. But that's why so many people, when you sneeze back in the day, they say, when you sneeze, they say bless you. And they say, don't do that. They say you cursed me.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I said you have to understand, you got to know the history because people, it wasn't considered blessed back in the day. They adopted it as time going because before it was called bliss. We have adopted it, they accepted it when they're born. But if you look up the origin of it, it tells you it's a bloody sacrifice. So they the one that knows the history. That's what the old folks would say. Don't you say that, boy? That's cursing me. So when I go in my household, we always say good sneeze. But I don't like nobody's perspective, but know what you're saying.
That is good. Teach us, teach us, teach us.
So, and it's not to, say, so we've been so tied to it, whatever, boom, because we say, hey, we want abundance, we want blessings and things of that nature. But where it comes from, what is the origin? Same way we want to be submissive, but what you're asking for, look at the definition. What we do is we don't want to look at the now definition. We want to look at that. We're like, well, in the Bible, it still have the same principles. Submitting to God, right? You want him to govern your life, correct? Period over you, correct? So we cannot say that, oh, wait, no, it don't mean that. It does. So you got to be careful what you're saying. That's why words are powerful. So when they took our names, they say, hey, they want us not to say our names because our names have power. It can rain up. It can call for different spirits. And that's why they took it from us. It's a reason why they changed your name. If I'm from the Yoruba tribe and I got some powerful kings and queens that is on my side, well, what do you think I'm calling on? I'm calling on Shango and Ashu and all of them to come get me out of this turmoil. But that's why they took their names. So why you think the whole ideology of there's power in the name of Jesus? Well, that's the same concept that we had. So they said, hold on, wait a minute. They took our spirituality and said, okay, we're gonna adopt it here. And so this will make us be more confirmed to any religion that they chose to give to us. Same way with the marriage of single, whatever. Boom. If we adopted this way of thinking, we can change that narrative. They say, hold on, the man supposed to be the head. Let's get everybody to think that way. Oh, a man supposed to propose to a woman. Let's get everybody to think that way. Oh, you have to have baby showers. Everybody think that way. Same for the holidays. We never questioned it once. We gotta celebrate Mother's Day. My mother never celebrated, or my grandmother never celebrated Mother's Day. Why? Because they knew the history of it. She said, "I'm not about to be, I don't know, fat white woman day. Sorry to excuse the princess." That's what she said. Day wasn't for everybody; it was day for her. Then they made it public for everybody to be celebrated. It's no different than Crown Royal. Crown Royal wasn't no liquor for y'all to drink. It was for the queen. Paid for her own. So they said, hey, we're going to put it out in the public. I guess y'all let y'all taste it.
Wow.
Well, you think that's so? Because there's money into it. So they said, okay, boom, we got a taste of it. But think about it, same way the slaves and the master did us or whatever, you got the leftover. You didn't get what was the fair, equal. And so that's why we feel in the system of relationships, we took what was vital. Y'all being together.
Mm-hmm.
Why you think we look at as going outside our race as a cap and saver? Get you a white man, girl. Get you a white woman. And then y'all blame us when the sister, the guys leaving us for the white sister, whoever, or the other races. But they only leaving because why? They don't know no better.
Mm.
We label as our black women is labeled as being rude and being labeled. They got attitude. They labeled as they did to this, to that, whatever. Boom. No, not. It's hard oppression and as over has been built up from mama and daddy issues as well as our own self issues. And then now we ball into it. So now we hit a nerve, but we didn't get help.
Get help, people.
So now we have to understand. Take the time to get to mental health, but we don't want to be labeled as we need to be psychiatry. We need this type of counsel. We need this, whatever. Who says in a regular conversation, I went to my counselor today? No, it's not. It's taboo to us.
Yeah.
This is the reason why my family went in mental health because it was not thought of in 1968.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma was the first black woman to graduate Clark University.
That's a
It's okay, a blessing. But it's a good thing. But
yes.
she had to endure. Born in 1940.
Yes. She went through a lot. She went through a lot.
So when she doesn't go with the status quo, so that's why she like, well, if Mother's Day supposed to be a Mother's Day, then why we don't celebrate every day? That was the concept.
I feel her.
You know, so when people get mad, like, why you don't want no flowers? Same with Valentine's Day. She like, don't give me that bull crap because she's like, I don't subscribe to that. She like, you know who St. Valentine's is? Then they get upset. Oh, well, you just taking it too far. She said, no, you got to understand the history.
That's history. I read that.
So when we
Timbuktu, look, shout out to Timbuktu.
Right. We had all these celebrations that we had of our own, but it was pushed to the side. So again, now we're controlling the narrative of how we post men supposed to act with each other, what women supposed to do at home, stay at home, whatever. Boom. The white woman did the same thing as the black woman. Stay at home. Stay at home. You shouldn't be doing this. You should be doing it. And so that motto has been, oh, master, we don't want, we want to be good workers, whatever. Boom. We make ends meet, but that's reality. We wanted somebody to come take care of us. So that philosophy have changed and came and have been adopted. So over time now, we're looking for someone to take care of that because that was what told to us. Because like they told you, nobody want no independent, strong woman.
Yep, that's what I was told.
So who supposed to get it for you? If you bear church and then the man lumped out or he got, God forbid he died, whatever, that's what the whole point. In African spirituality, the women, was to stay with the children. That's so they was able to take care of everything because they was already doing this work.
Mm-hmm.
When they went off to wars and everything, they was like, oh my God, my husband left, the king is gone, I don't know what to do. You are the blueprint. Again, we couldn't do anything without the woman's consent. If we want to have a child, we got to get your consent. We want to get married. That was after the tradition of getting picked for marriage. But all these other things, go to war and everything like that, you have to get the woman's consent.
Mm-hmm.
Why you think it's always a woman by the king's side? And she whispered in there, we don't think we should need to do that. The Egyptian picture you have seen, if she's not sitting on the throne, she's standing by him, saying this, got her hands up, saying, okay, no, we don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And some days they sit on the throne and giving orders. So it's a balance. We got to understand there is nothing wrong with being a balance.
Amen. Keyword, balance.
And so we got to understand that regardless where you at in life, single, married, divorced, whatever, boom, that's not who you are today. You change. But in the time when you're changing, we got to understand, stop getting into the relationship and think it's going to happen overnight and change because the reason why the relationship is not working, there are some other inner demons or inner skeletons that's not been talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you expect? So it flares up insecurity. It flares up all these push buttons that we never talked about. If you came with your resume with all these push buttons, I guarantee you probably want to have all these problems.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, look here. Here's my resume with all my little push buttons, all my flaws. This is what I'm scared of. Got it, Amari. Come on. I'd be like, okay, I can deal with this. Okay. So you got
Okay.
once a week, got you. Okay, so I can't even look at porn only twice a week, got you. You know, tell me what you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Communication is key, but we don't want to talk about it because why? We're afraid of what we probably gonna say.
Oh, that vulnerability is so hard for people.
I gave it to somebody. Why do you think the man don't want to give it to another woman? Because he gave it to somebody too. Men are broke just as much as y'all is, but we don't want to talk about it. We feel like they just supposed to roll over and be this king, be this man, you don't should have no problems.
Mm.
You know what they did to black men back then?
Okay.
We had the same amount of mess, but you know, at the end of the day, nobody's pain was less than another. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say, oh well, y'all had it better than us and they had it better than y'all. No, we endure both the same.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we was there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
50s, the 60s, the 70s, we was there for each other. Even though you might have a woman on us at a time, we was still there for both families. We got to understand relationships is everything. Work, friends, your business. It's all stem around relationships. But how can you have relationships if you have not did a relationship with self? But that's the hard part because we don't want to deal with it.
Deal with self first, self-care.
We gonna pamper ourselves. We gonna wait till Valentine's Day to buy ourselves all these gifts. Let a bit buy yourself these gifts.
Okay. I say that all the time.
You don't gotta parade in and say, well, I'm doing some love today. No, you could have did that yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is the reflection. The thing about it is, I get it. Men drop the ball, women drop the ball. But if we always constantly stay in that negative space of energy, philosophy of they did this, they did that,
We won't grow.
We never get nowhere.
We won't. It'll be stagnant, stuck, mad, angry, frustrated, confused. It's a whole lot of stuff going on when you're so busy pointing the finger. And
we got to take responsibility. Any woman that talks about responsibility, they not been heard. We love to have the pity party. We love to say, woe is me party. Misery love company.
Mm-hmm.
In the book of men versus men from Mars and women from Venus, men go in their cave, women go in their groups with their girls and talk about their problems. Men trying to figure out the problem in his cave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come out with a solution. He ready to rock and roll. Y'all, on the other hand, ain't no solution. You just talked about it. That's all it was. Mm-hmm. No, but that's the standard.
Okay.
So how did you fix it? Well, I talked to my girlfriend. My girlfriend saying you lying.
There was the solution.
No jury. I can't meet my peers. Okay, bet.
That's deep.
So we, and that's why I feel we love to read books, but read books for knowledge, but read books that apply knowledge. That is an excellent book. You know what I'm saying? I had it for 2 years now. That's my go-to book. Once you understand how men communicate, so many people I get asked to do relationship advice and things of that nature. Oh, tell me why this, that. I said, you don't understand how men operate. Well, I don't. I thought, but you talk his language.
Mm-hmm.
One of the problems, we talking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're communicating to respond, not to listen to. If they ask you a question, then you respond.
Mm-hmm.
You vent, let you talk, let you let it out. I might not agree with you said, but I have my paper ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
You said on July 13th it was.
Oh my Lord, that's me.
Okay. You said I didn't love you that day. Got you.
Okay. That's so.
Oh my God. Push your lies at you on some. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But we quick to respond and say, well, you know what? You don't have. No. Let me tell you something. I'm one of you.
Hello.
You get intimidated, man, that speak your same language or operate the same way. I think 3 moves ahead, not because I play chess, it's because hey, I'm not looking that you're gonna have a one up on me. I want to be understood and make us I understand you. So correct it. So my whole point, I'm saying, oh, really? So 2 + 2 is 4. Really? You expect me to carry the 1 to get 5. Then you like, oh, this motherfucker smart. Hold on, wait a minute. Girl, let me that plan didn't work. Women play dumb just as men play dumb. We peep stuff just like y'all. Y'all think we don't let y'all peep stuff. We see it just like y'all do. As y'all favorite line, don't mean I ain't said nothing. Doesn't mean I don't know.
That's what they say, huh?
You know you just said it too.
Yeah. Just because I ain't said nothing don't mean I know.
But we mess up because we didn't say nothing.
And that's the thing. Well, that's a whole Amari, that's a whole nother show right there. Man, that's a whole nother show.
The girl number in my phone. Talk about it right then and there. Wait till I'm about to put it on you. Talking about so what
that's but you know what? That is Malcolm and Marie. I watched the movie all the way through. I did not sleep on it. I was watching it with a therapeutic eye. You got to. That was the whole issue with that relationship. But that's a whole nother show.
But it ties into the single and marriage and divorce and being a widow. Not, minus the widow part, but that operate was we same way you peeped up as you being single. You didn't say nothing. You peeped up when you was married, but you
don't say nothing. See?
That, now you divorced, now everything, you didn't peep it way but before. You could avoid this. But I'm not saying stay in a situation that's comfortable. We have to deal with the elephant in the room. But if we have not done, is nothing else to add to your plate when you deal with self. That should have been off the plate. When I came to you, I should come with the negative sheet of what I did prior to me getting with you. I worked on my attitude. I worked on my anger issues. My insecurity issues. Now, this I might be 50%. I might touch your ass, just letting you know. But if you don't do me right and tell me that you cheated, I'm okay. But our behavior is unpredictable. So I'm going to let you know.
Period. Let them know.
Like, hey, I'm a crazy mother. I'm going to let you know. Like, hey, I tell women, I'm an asshole and I'm stubborn. I'm letting you know for real. If you can't handle that, this job is not for you.
Okay.
And sad people say, you are proud of that? I said, well, no. I use my weaknesses, because I call it a weakness, as my protective measurement. If you can't stand or take up the stubborn and me being an asshole, then what happens is it weed out the weakness.
It does, doesn't it?
Same way with somebody with insecurities or whatever, boom, it weed out. When a woman tells me the first red flag to me is, she say, I don't like liars. I'm writing it down. Why you don't like liars? Because nobody like a liar. So why is that? Because why dudes got a lot. Da, 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 da. So these are red flags. She said, well, why is it a red flag? I said, why? Because I can't tell you nothing. She said, huh? How's that so? I said, because really it is, you ain't gonna like the truth.
Yes.
When actually, I don't live in that space. But then why do I need to utter it and tell you, well, you know what, Queen? I don't like liars. If I ask you what's your downfall, what's that called? What's your pet peeve? That's the first thing you come out your mouth. While anything else, I'm gonna say, well, that means I can't be truthful to you. That's what you're telling me. I have to lie to you to get you to ease over the thumb.
Oh wow, that's deep.
People don't think like that. I'm telling you, it's the truth, and I tested it out. Cancer started, for my cancer ladies out there, the men, y'all emotional. So what happens is it's like this. It's like, yeah, I like this girl, but I'm not sure if she the one for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what? Or you tell them you really not supportive, but I think some days you are. What you mean I ain't supportive? I thought you okay with me telling the truth. So you test the theory because people love to be lied to. I had to make a video on people love to be lied to. Because the thing about it, people say, I keep it real. I'm a person again, taking notes again. Hang it up. So yeah, on July 13th again, you said such, whatever. Well, I ain't really care for, how you handle this or that. Well, you know what? I ain't really care. You ain't tell me that, because that's gonna hurt my feelings. But I thought you wanted me to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. And selective.
I, I told you, then what happens is it gets to, well, I'm doing the best I can. But let me say that.
Oh,
Let a man say that.
that's different. Why is it? That's another show.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand this relationship part, the communication with self and understanding, knowing what your triggers is. The number one thing I will leave your clients and your viewers is understand your needs and wants. Understanding that they're going to change. 18 is not the same as 23. 23 is not the same as 33.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to differentiate. That's why you hear women now. I don't care when he got a job. Okay, he got this, whatever. As long as he loves me.
Mm-hmm.
He's there for me. He do that. He don't need nothing from me. He's there for me. That's point of back. Why you want just that? I need a guy at 6 figures. She don't care like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
She was point probably did. But hey, look here. I make enough for both of us. However, we feel like the woman can't carry weight. We feel like a man only supposed to carry weight because that's what the status quo. Who says that?
Where is it at?
Right. You are telling everybody that she make money. I don't care if she make 100,000. My whole thing is, it's both of ours, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because what's the difference with me giving you my black part? I can't get your black card.
Okay.
You babysitting that man. No, it ain't. We don't say we babysitting that girl.
Yeah.
You let him take your car, she take mine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not looked at that way. Balance, y'all both share.
Mm-hmm.
We
That's
got
why we need to keep third parties out of the.
But that's just the outside looking. It ain't gotta be third party. You posted it, girl. Look. I bought my man this, that. Then, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Same with Valentine's Day. It probably be for women only. If y'all gonna do the holiday, do it right. St. Valentine's didn't say, it's only for ladies only. He didn't say technically it was for little boys and little girls and all these things. But that's a different story. But at the end of the day, it should be shared.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Then here we go with this little sad little book piece of crap y'all call Sweetest Day. Oh, that's supposed to be for the men. Okay. So I'm supposed to wait till National Boyfriend Day too, huh? I'm supposed to wait.
It's sad if anybody's waiting for a particular day anyway to celebrate somebody to show they love. I mean,
every day. It's 365 days according to their
yeah. Do you love the way you love? You know what I'm saying? How you love. Where all these rules come from, I don't know. Rules are just ways of controlling people. I just, I'm not a dog. I'm just saying.
And I tell you, that's the problem with you now. You need a collar on you, girl. You pulled in the right direction.
I mean, I didn't hurt it all regarding me, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is.
Love is a reflection of yourself. If you it will not come to you. If you operate in love, love is not going to be your friend whatsoever because you don't. And a lot of times, women or men are missing love because love was not in the household. Me and my daughter give about maybe 100 hugs and kisses a day.
That's good.
That's just off the strength. I'm an affectionate person.
Mm-hmm.
My lifestyle of being that way.
Mm-hmm.
Feed off hugs, off energy. She know when I'm out in a good space, and I know I'm out in a good space.
Mm-hmm.
But if we operate in love, that changes.
Yes, it's powerful. That love is something else, but we got to continue to keep doing what we doing, showing it, giving it, pouring it out, letting our light, shine so people can see it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say you brought it, and we're going to talk again.
Definitely.
I appreciate your perspective. And I'm grateful and thankful to have met you many moons ago at Timbuktu with the children coaching. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate
You're doing great things, not only with the community, but the relationship you do have with your daughter. I see that. I'm like, that's lovely. Now check this out. Share with us Amari's tips. I have them down.
you. So teach, educate, and motivate. One of the things I came up with is not to shun our parents. They teach a lot of things, but they didn't educate us. And so I came up with the teach, educate, and motivate. The point is, I want to teach you about this white paper, right? But I need to educate you on where paper come from. That's the part we don't do.
Mm.
Once I've educated you, now I motivate you to understand and lead by example. In life, we have to teach and educate and motivate. In relationships, we have to teach and educate and motivate.
Yes.
Counts in threes. You want your God or the God that you subscribe to teach and educate and motivate you. But
Mm-hmm.
how can you be a pillar of that if you do not reflect that?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people right now, they want to teach, but don't educate and don't motivate.
Okay.
You want me to be your man, but damn sure you didn't educate me on how to be your man.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't educate me how to be your husband. You didn't educate me on how to be your best friend or your friend or your coworker.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, in teaching, well, you write out the outline. You, as teachers, we modify it.
Mm-hmm.
Model what our lesson plan is. Today's lesson, we're working on intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Educate me on what it means to you, how long you've been dealing with this.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you know, babe, let's get to be intimate. See,
Mm-hmm.
you speak my love language, I speak yours. Now I want to motivate you, so I'm gonna give you some of my goody goody. Now I'm gonna put it on you. I'm gonna hope you carry on to the next day. Then you give the reminders, give them clues, and that's the motivation. Does not stop just there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand without everybody keep feeling teaching and education is two different things, or educate is two, they are the same. They're not. I can show you something all day, but if I don't give you the backstory, why you think kids always say why? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You put the water in the pot. Why? You put the beans in the pot. Why? I'm making a 15 bean soup for tomorrow. I gotta let it soak. My daughter asked all the questions. And what I had the education part to go with the teaching.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she already know. Hey, okay, boom, okay, it's so pretty, the colors or whatever, boom. So, and she's regurgitating what I have said in the teaching part. Now she can regurgitate with the educational part. Okay, these type of beans do this for the kidneys and do this, whatever, boom. Now I'm motivated to cook it.
Okay.
It smells good. It ain't even made yet.
Okay.
Got to do those. I'm not saying this is the only keys of life, whatever. These are my keys and what I teach and what I do for myself.
Mm-hmm.
My only thing sometimes teachers not always talking. Sometimes it's with action.
Mm-hmm.
People love to say, words don't have any meaning. Action does. I'm gonna give you right now, guys. Right, take it or leave it. They go together.
They do.
A lot of times, so many people say, "Oh, show me with your action." I've been finding your back to your earrings. I've been putting out your clothes for work. I
Mm-hmm.
ironed your clothes for work. I had your bath ready. I cooked your dinner. I made sure I text you good morning. These are my actions. But if I
Mm-hmm.
tell you so, these are what the love language I was showing you. How would you know?
Mm-hmm.
From the divorce part, here come the breaking up part. You never loved me. Here I go running off these things that I show with my actions.
Mm-hmm.
Now you looking, little disrupt. Oh, for real? But you supposed to do that? No. This is what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Your fly irons was left plugged. I plugged them, unplugged them.
Okay.
They was gonna catch a fire. Hey, you needed panties washed. I had made sure you had clean underwear. Whatever. I did my part into the action of saying that, hey, babe, I washed your clothes and everything. They laid out.
Mm-hmm.
They go together.
Yes, they do.
The action, the other part with the action is sometimes you have to do teaching and educate the educated part by with your action, by standing in the kitchen watching Big Mama cook.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it wasn't meant for her to tell you some things. If you really want to know, you pay attention. And
Mm-hmm.
if for people that's in a relationship or want to be in a relationship, do the homework.
Okay. Homework. Say it again.
I of us don't want to do the peeping around. Y'all peep to see if I'm cheating, but y'all don't peep what to make me happy either. What makes me happy?
Ooh, pay attention.
I'm looking at you, looking at them stories. I'm taking notes. You say you like white flowers. I'm taking notes. You like this. I don't give a, you got to put it in your phone as a reminder.
Come on. Come on.
To do to put your pour into that person.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to teach and educate, so we miss the ball because why? We don't want to do the work. He supposed to get me. Again, like I tell in my videos, I'm not a vine. I can't read minds.
Okay.
I ain't about to sing no songs. Stay here. Give me 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to sing I Can't Live Without Your Love. I'm not singing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you and tell you at the same time on how we do and what we do. Those
are OMG. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amari. Thank you for pouring into us today. I know you poured into me and I've gleaned, you know what I'm saying? So I'm leaving encouraged. I'm leaving encouraged. I'm leaving motivated, even on the higher than how I started. And that's important. That's important.
Energies and vibrations and frequency on a different level. I can read you through a text message. People say, how do you read me? How do you know that? Whatever. Boom. It's my gift. At the same time, vibration does not lie.
Mm-hmm.
What you put into something shows ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
So many people be like, he ain't never loved me. Well, he ain't into me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm tired of, watering dead plants. You ever thought about taking the roots out and taking the plant out and seeing
repotting?
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Plant away, but we ain't putting the vinegar and the sea salt or some Epsom salt in there or ammonia to revive it either.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we got to do. It might be dehydrated. It's a situation right now with ourselves is dehydrated. We're not trying to pour the water into it to get it back to life, to regenerate it. Get it pumping, get it back living again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So many relationships is because we've been dead a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through it all, seen it all. At the end of the day, I'm still here standing because I wanted a better outcome. My story is just in a nutshell. We've been in foster care. We've been homeless. My mother and daddy suffer from drug addiction and things of that nature. Saying all through life, being in this bubble, I wanted something better than an outcome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to look at you some way or why you act the way you carry yourself. Motherfucker, I came from that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people to struggle like that.
Okay.
So when I say I want a G-Wagon, you know why I want a G-Wagon?
Mm-hmm.
And because it's to look fly or look what I deserve it and I earned it.
Okay.
You do the work, you see the gratitude and reward of it.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to pour into ourselves to do that.
Yeah.
Not to subside the actual issue, but by the gifts and reward of what you have done. Because that gift ain't gonna do anything to you because all you're gonna say, I got it, and then just sit there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Serve it. You're gonna be in it, you're gonna enjoy it, you're gonna wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the wrong reason, you're gonna wear it for the right reason.
Yes. So it had froze a minute. But again, I want to say thank you for being here today. We got to take a picture.
Okay.
In our picture. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Thank you again. And I want to say thank you to my listening audience and share. And thank you to Amari. If y'all have any questions or concerns, you can always inbox him. Okay. So you all have an Excellent night. Peace.
Peace.